All right, today's topic is going to be, can I be in a deficit? Can I stay in a deficit? A lot of my team members, a lot of people, this is the question that I get asked a lot when they have a result, where they get rid of all the fat, they look amazing, they look cut, chopped, diced, they like that look, but they're not feeling 100%. They're at a deficit, but they want to push through, they want to fight through. A lot of them, they're stubborn, they want to stay there. And this is the whole truth about that. On a deficit, there is no way that someone could thrive and feel healthy and be healthy, because at a certain point, your body needs fuel. Your body, will start asking for more energy. People that are depleted, people that got some amazing results by cutting, by suffering, by sacrificing, you have to bounce back. You gotta, have yourself, that diet break. That's why the reverse was created. When we're not gonna dirty bulk, we're gonna lean bulk and keep as much as that physique possible without gaining too much fat. And this is what I try to explain to a lot of my team members, or a lot of people that ask me questions on my Q&As, how important it is for you to, go on a reverse, to find your maintenance calories where, you could look amazing, feel amazing, but not to, a point where you're like torture, or where you feel like, there's no more room for improvement. Like, people want to get big, but they want to look cut. So there's a process for that. Looking big and cut, it takes a lot, a lot of cutting and reversing, a lot of time. It takes, this is where everybody gets, this is where everybody starts backpedaling. This is where everybody starts losing hope, because it's the timeline. It's years. It's putting in that work day in, day out, cutting, reversing. So it's a lifestyle. Once you make it a lifestyle, you understand that, there's always a purpose, behind this. There's always a goal behind it. There's always, a blueprint that must be adhered to get to that level where, you see that fitness influencer, or you see your friends, how they got to, where they were, where you used to know them, from where they're at now, looking bigger, looking cut, looking leaner, healthier. And it's understanding that it's going to take time. People are coming in here, sacrificing, going from 0 to 100, on a 90-day challenge, on a 100-day challenge, 6 month challenges. All those challenges, it's just, they never work, because it's what you're gonna do after to maintain that look, to keep that look, that's important. That's why a lot of people, they set themselves up for failure. You coming into a program for 90 days, you will get some results. A lot of people, they end up getting some crazy, amazing results. Their body responded very well, and now they want to keep that look. They don't want to lose that look, but you have to maintain that look. You have to learn how to keep it. You have to learn how to sustain it, how to build from there. That's where, the knowledge comes in. That's where the wisdom comes in. That's where the coach is needed. That's where the mentor is needed, so he could guide you through. It's not an overnight success. It takes time. It takes you understanding that, it's just falling in love with the process, falling in love with the work, not rushing the process, not, expecting, overnight results, when, for damn sure that your friends, or whoever you were trying to follow, or whoever you're trying to see, if you were to ask them, how long did it take you to get that physique? It took years. It took years of not quitting. It took years of, dieting correctly, reversing correctly, dieting correctly, reversing correctly, cutting, reversing. And this is just what it takes. So what level do you want to be at? A lot of times, you cannot stay at that, level of, like, on a depleted state, on a deficit state. Your body's going to start, having issues, and this is what I tell my team members. You got to, feed the body, the nutrients that's needed. A lot of times throughout that drastic cut, you lose a lot of, nutrients that the body needs. This is where we start implementing, supplements, more greens. You know that you're deficient on vitamins, minerals, and this is where we start, incorporating all that to get you back feeling good, feeling healthy. A lot of people that are in a competitive, sport, when they prep, that was the prepping stage, and then they go on a diet break, or they go on a reverse stage where they get everything back to normal, their hormones, their mental state back in order. And this is what I'm talking about. Being in a prep state, being in a depleted state, you can't be there for long. That is needed to get the results that you're after. And then understanding that you can't stay there, that you got to build from there. You got to know how to strategically do it without gaining that bad weight that most people don't want. And most people that don't do it, or they don't have the guidance, they end up, gaining all the way back, if not even more. And this is when the disbelief comes in. This is when, they lose motivation, because all that hard work and dedication and consistency that they put in for 90 days, 6 months, a year sometimes, it just goes down the drain. You see them, years later, and they're like, oh, what happened? They lost motivation. They got confused through the process. They didn't see it as, a lifestyle, because they didn't know what they were doing, so they gave up. Don't be that person. This is, long view. This is a journey that most people got to take and understand into consideration, that, if you understand that it's a lifestyle, and that when you go after a fitness, healthier lifestyle, that you are committed for life, and that it's never going to be optimal. You're always going to have ups and downs. You're always going to have, curveballs thrown at you, but it's how you're going to pivot, adapt, and still keep pushing, and still be healthy, still look good, and still feel good. That it's going to determine that you never gave up, that you never quit, that you knew what you were doing, that you had, that warrior mindset needed to stay on point, so you could live a healthier lifestyle, and look great as well. But other than that, that's what I gotta say about people that are asking me if they could stay on a deficit. It's not recommended. You could ask anybody you want. That right there is something that most competitors know, that it's just for a show, or they were trying to look their best, but to stay there, it's not healthy. And that's where you got to understand that. That's why, you have to know what you're doing, so you could actually look healthier, feel healthier, and knowing how to, reverse properly. Other than that, stay on it.